Alright, next up is the rx-78-2 Gundam G30th Anniversary Edition, and, kit is awesome, go buy it. Review's done. Kidding. I like the kit, I truly do. I actually did not like the rx-78 originally, design-wise or anything. I saw the version G30th and I was like, you know, that's kind of cool. But when I saw this, I was like, I have to have it. It was, freaking A, I gotta get it. It was because I just didn't like some of the design features of the old designs, but that was just a personal preference. But maybe it's just because I like more panel lining on my stuff. But I love this design. But I saw a comparison between Prime 92's 2001 and this G30th Anniversary Edition, and there are some differences. But I do recommend this kit though as well. But we should get into the review, right, before anything else. Alright, because it's not perfect. It's good, it's great, but it can be awesome if someone wants it to be. Head, double jointed, full ball jointed swivel on top. Inner shoulder, ball jointed, so very cool. Full range of motion on the shoulder. Only single elbow, but that's only due to the fact that the design of the design, so you can see the piping and stuff. Oh, speaking of which, straight build. If you're not going to panel lining, I don't know why you would get this kit. I mean, it's got similar proportions. It looks great, but if you're going to not panel line it, you might as well just get the 2001 edition. Save yourself some trouble. But moving on. Ball jointed hands. Standard swivel on waist with ball jointed lower torso, individual front skirts, movable ball jointed side skirts. The legs cannot do the splits, but it can go pretty far as I mean, you can do all the rx-78-2 trademark poses it has. It has a thigh swivel, single knee bend as well, also due to the design as well. And of course, double jointed elbows, or not elbows, I'm sorry, ankles, double jointed ankles, peg on top, ball joint on bottom, I believe. And of course, ankle guards are also there too. And that's about it for the articulation. Most of the modern joints that aren't available, some of the double limb joints, they're not available due to designs, so that you can show off some of the, piping if you choose to paint, like I did, on the leg and on the elbows and stuff. Besides that, let's see, I guess we should get into our, accessories. Accessories has a standard 2 beam sabers. They just kind of go into place on the backpack there. And unfortunately, I don't know why, because I heard the 2001 edition did have beams, but the G30th only gave you a, total cop out on the 90s kits, old solid beams. But it's okay, because you could always put other beams, because most kits come with beams these days, HG 144 kits. However, should be noted, for me, I noticed that on mine, these holes are a little bit smaller, so I had to shave it a little bit and shave off some extra beam sabers I had laying around from some other kits in order to make everything fit just right. But it does fit, and I really do like the look of these beam sabers. It just adds a little something extra besides just a whole bunch of round lines. You can actually see a visible switch actually to it, so it's really cool. Downside, accessory-wise, that I was really, what the hell, was it did not come with multiple holding hands, so you can't, not that the 78 ever did it, but you can't go all dual beam sabers on anyone or anything, so that part kind of sucks. But here's a fun note, and it's actually really one of the reasons why I went with the O Gundam review first. If you haven't seen that, you should check that out. It's because these hands are actually compatible. Both hands are similar design, and they are compatible with each other. So you can use the O Gundam's hands on these, or you can go out and buy manipulators, hobby parts and stuff, additional hands and stuff. That are probably more detailed and will fit and give you more hand choices as well. Besides closed fist, you come with one gripping hand, which, like I said, is a bit of a downside. and a trigger hand that goes on your, beam rifle, which pretty standard for the rx-78. Swivel scope, extra magazine handle thing, can move as well. Let me see. And of course, real chain on Gundam hammer, they call it. I actually found an extra hand from my rx-78, my old busted up really horrible kit. Horrible because I painted it crappy. GPO-1 from Stardust Memory. It's a slightly bigger hand, but I use it just for the Gundam. So when it's wrapped up in the chain and stuff, I really can't notice myself. But I will be eventually replacing his hands with some manipulators I will buy online. And it, of course, also comes with its bazooka. The bazooka is not as... I hear it looks very modern, very streamlined and stuff, but I hear the old one has a hinge that actually works on here. But I mean, that's really not that necessary for me, and it fits just fine in the trigger hand. But all standard Gundam stuff. Besides that, it does come with I think it's a really nice new revamp of the shield. It's his typical Gundam shield, all part separation, so yay. If you want to paint, you can paint the big giant screws on the front gray and do some extra work on the inside. Actually, I modded this one. When it comes with it, there is no handle, actually. It's because it's all single mounted. So if you want a handle, you can do like me and find another shield that you don't want from another kit and cut it off and then mount it and then paint it and stuff to give it a little something extra. It does not have a big gaping hole in the arm, and it can be posted on either arms. You just there's just a rectangular peg here, you just put it in the slot, and that's it. No rotating though, but that doesn't bother me, just because, hey, there's a handle at least. And if there was a hand with a hole in it, you could probably put, the actual handle in there, at least on mine. And just like the 2001 edition, you can also mount it to the back as well if you want to, so that's kind of cool, so you can mimic the original, I guess, pose and design and stuff. Also, you can also flip out this panel on his rear skirt here on the center piece, and there'll be a mount here, and where is it? You can go ahead and put the special mounting unit in, which will allow you actually to mount in the rifle or the bazooka. So that means you can basically make this guy look fully loaded if you wanted to, which is really, really cool. So, if you want to really give that UC, armor array, packed to the teeth, or I'm sorry, arm to the teeth kind of look. So that's really cool. Let me see what else. Like I said before, this kit has a lot of potential to be a really awesome kit. There's some things good and bad about the 2001 edition, in my preference, as well as this edition, but I really like this version, and plus, maybe it's just me, but I like being able to add stuff myself to the kits to just make them my own, I guess. So that's really, I recommend this kit if you've never had or seen the rx-78-2 and you want to get your first one. I don't see this as a bad version. If you want a perfect version, you probably should go for a much bigger scale anyways, but between this and the 2001 edition, if you were to buy both and kind of mix and match them, they'd be great together. You could make one pretty much perfect, because the 2001 has more hands, and has some things that this one has, but this one has some things that doesn't have. Like, for instance, I do like the head on the 2001 edition is more modernized, while this is more old school. Alright, next up will be our conclusion and comparison and stuff, so look forward to that. See you in the next part.